How everyone doing this morning? How they hide them energy? How they hide them feel? How they hide them a cope? How they hide them eyes? You see everything? Yeah, that we are saying. Greatest of the mornings, them is the ones where we can rise up with you, though. Good morning, everyone. I see the places, I see the names. Yeah? Yeah, man, we are let it out, man. We now hold in nothing, you know. All when the gunshot them and the gun them lying up in front, we saw. We have to do this, we have to do this, we have to do this. This have to do. You see me? Nice to know, say the eye them good, man. Yeah. Police, man. Yes. Yes, morality police is on live. Yeah? God, they don't give me the title for morning, you know. Yeah, man. I am the morality police. What you doing? What you doing? Are you doing it correctly? Are you doing it right? Yes. Now this live, thank you. Yeah, man. See what I'm there. This live this morning, saying, is really and truly to give the eye them a little heads up pan what really are going on now, what the thing reach and what we need for a look pan and where we need for a go next. Yeah, you see it? Yes, I. Yes, I. So bear with that, you know, cause, you know, we no idle. We no do idleness. And them do everything for we not turn on them phone here. Them shadow ban meeting them, yeah? Since the last blast, some blast through the internet, them put up on one list there. See? Well, you know, from Jack have a knife on the ultimate list. For them list a joke list. And we're not frightened for no list. Because Jack have our list and Jack govern our list, so we depend here. Tell me something, you can smoke on IG. I don't know, you know. Only have to tell me. Yes, I. So we did say a lot of things that are going to happen in 2023. And trust me, when we're there in 2023 and now, August. Seeing? And yeah, them not, me not fist. We see. I'll be here sitting and going already. We talk. Oh, one of the things now I forgot to know too is I forgot to speak in a dialect that everyone can overs, because they complain, especially from Africa sometimes, that they can't necessarily overs what I'm saying when I'm speaking Jamaican. When I say move up blood, you see me? So for the purpose of my international, yeah, man, Stone Boy and Queen Ifrica call up coming up, man. We'll soon. Stone Boy, big up yourself anyway, you turn up my link. Seeing? And we're coming to tour Africa soon too. Yeah? Yeah, man, we soon add a few ones to the live. Just allow me to settle in and yeah, then say speak proper. Savage. Then one will say, hey, my brother-in-law, big boy. I'll be taking care of my sister over there, you know. Big up yourself, Michelle. You know I love you, girl. Yeah, man, I'm coming to Gambia pretty soon, you know. Shauna Chin, we see you on one channel one night, you try defend yourself. And me and you feel a link. You're there one side about your working at the ministry there. You need to come join the live here with me right now. You need to come look. You know, we're born from the same day and we have the same fire. We actually nearly look all the same too. Shana Chin, big up yourself, girl. I love what you're doing out there in those streets in foreign, yeah? Malawi, I named my son Malawi because I went to South Africa and when I was pregnant and I never told anyone. And one of the ladies that came to meet me at the hotel, she was a very old lady she said she was from, I think it was Malawi. Yeah. And she told me to name my child, whether it was a girl or a boy, I should name the child Malawi. And so I just made a decision right there and named my last son Malawi. Well, not my last son, because I plan to have one last little baby. Before my bulb them blow right out and none left. So big up Malawi. I'm coming down there for the land that was promised to Malawi very soon. Yeah. So yeah, enough of the chit-chatting. I did some videos earlier this year, a couple months ago, you could have said. And the entire system come down for me, because I'm not going to say the people come down for me, because the people love the ground that I walk on. But the system came down on me very harshly. And I think it was because of the fact that I was speaking too much of a plain truth. Yeah, man, big up Ghana, man. With place. Nanny place. Seeing? So, yeah. For me personally, and the fact that I don't have an organization that I'm a member of, my only organization is the one that I've formed with the people. The people first of my country, my beautiful island Jamaica, and the people of the world by extension that suffer from the atrocities of our world leaders and the way they are so selfish in the way they govern us and the way they expect us to, you know, in return, show respect to them. So, yeah, man, big up Malawi again. Seeing? So, because we were chosen by the Most High to do what we do, I'm coming back to Kenya very soon, don't worry. Seeing? We are now the new enemies of the world in terms of the state and the system, who does not want certain truths that I and I represent for to come to the eye them ears. Seeing? So, them try to make it look like we are troublemakers. And a while ago I was at my son's school and I saw a member of our society who is vying to become one of the new politicians on the PNP side. I'm not going to call his name right now because I don't have to, but he was saying to me, why may I make so much trouble on social media? And I was like, you see, they see what a Qeen Ifrica does as giving trouble on social media. But the nastiness and the dirtiness that's taking place, especially all over TikTok there, Lord God, that is okay and that is welcome, because that's what they want our young people and the people of Jamaica to be exposed to on the levels where we see it happen. And so I just had to say to him that I don't necessarily give trouble on social media. I pay attention to the issues that are neglected on social media. And so here we are now, where I just feel in the mood this morning to turn on my live and make some ones. First of all, the enemies them say, yeah? We no sick, not do we. We know the one side that cry and I say, oh, them turn them back on we are watching no. That with the one side I do. We are watching no. We are see everything we want to do. And we never watching no with them at too higher no more. It's a higher dimension with them and watching no now. So the trouble we're in is normal, because we are not necessarily, and we are talking to the system. We're not talking to the ones who are in the same shoes that we are in terms of the struggle. We are talking to the system. We are talking to whoever the ruler or the boss of the system is, or who know we are talk. We are say you have one couple of weep and a rock here when you're in Jamaica, where we not plan for bow to no things anytime soon. So my role, seeing the spiritual eye is watching, yes. Yes, Empress. The spiritual eye. We are watching it now. Seeing? Fifth dimensional eye. We are watching. High frequency, high vibration eye. We are watching it now. Seeing? And the earth, we know they are earth no more now. We are sent. You see what I say? Yeah. So, we are float now. You see what I say? Yeah. No joke no in it. No doubt no in it. No friend no in it. No favor no in it. I just strictly the Almighty Creator in it. Yeah? So before me go any further, I just want to say to my fans in America, especially in the Philadelphia area, Taj Mahal Entertainment Center to be exact. Me I go there with alongside Richie Spice next weekend. Seeing? Me I go there on a show, a little show in a Philadelphia there. So all of my fans them in a Philadelphia, we want to see the Queen for this long time, can roll through and come, you know? Sing 2 songs for the item, and then me I go there St. Croix, US Virgin Island, a long time. We not do a proper performance in a St. Croix, so St. Croix line up yourself Labor Day weekend. Murder in a St. Croix. You see what I say? Musically speaking. So I want to come forward for my rock here, so now. Seeing? Daddy Roots Baltimore, big up yourself. Seeing? The message is that the New World Order cannot be established if it is not established out of Jamaica. Again, I'm going to say it like Dr. Umar Johnson. The New World Order cannot be established if it's not established out of Jamaica. The New World Order cannot be established in its fullness if it is not established out of Jamaica. Henceforth, the reason why there's a glitch in the matrix as we speak right now. Everything is looking as if it's going ahead, but it is at a halt. Alright? What is the Queen talking about? The Queen is talking about the exact scenarios that you see are playing out in front of your eyes, from the Maui fires to the new lockdowns that are coming. Yes, guys. New lockdowns coming. September morning, some of them are start. Mandates that began in 2020, coming back. This time, it is not for those who went ahead with the first wave. It's for those who resisted. You see, those of us who saw the problem and started resisting it, they are coming for us in the strongest and the sternest of ways right now. How are they going to come for us? Before me go which part, I'm going to say where them all come through. I want to touch upon where we need to be doing right now. So let me back up or forward up a little bit and refresh the item memory about something. The item remember when I called out a couple names. I call Kabu Mahat Keru name. I call Muta Baruka name. I call Buju name. I call Richard Curry name. Paramount Chief Richard Curry name. I call the Gammon Mama G. I ask all of them to call a meeting to facilitate the unity that we will need to not only save Jamaica, but Africa and the world by extension. I've been doing this call for the most part since 2021. But before 2021, there was 2019. 2019 Rebel Salute. When Andrew Holness, Mia Motley, Mark Golding was in attendance at that Rebel Salute, the Spirit of the Most High moved through me, and as an account of that, a message was given to the Prime Minister, Andrew Holness, to Mia Motley, to Mark Golding, but it was mostly about, or it was not, either Mark Golding or Peter Phillips, whichever one did I try to be the PNP person at the time. See? One of the most profound things that I asked the Prime Minister in 2019, seeing, was to not leave original Jamaican people behind. I use the word again, original Jamaican people. Me beg him, me say, this the Queen, even if you have to diss, she never dead yet. So me say, even if you have to diss the Queen, Andrew, what we see coming, please save Jamaican people from it, because Jamaican people, when all is said and done, did not deserve it. When him wait me out, wait till me done talk when me a talk, walk up and do the deceiving hug, I was literally thinking and believing that this man was really listening to what I was saying, and don't really think that is some forward me a look or something. When I finished in that talk at Rebel Salute 2019, the last thing I said when I was coming off stage was, "Uno may even see me again." No one not even know what that means. See? Why am I saying that? We are now in 2023, and we saw the changes that came 2020. How drastic they were, how frightening they were, how different they were, how out of the world they were. And that was the warning that the Prime Minister, opposition, and the leader from Barbados got. Put things in order. Do what you're going to do for the benefit of your country and your people, and push against the system that's going to come and ask you to turn your people into slaves further. I can safely say, in my opinion, that Mia Motley was the only one who took anything from what I said, because she's the only one that went back to Barbados, turned Barbados into a republic, made Rihanna into a national hero, and kind of, in some levels, save Barbados from a lot of what Jamaica are about to go through right now. See? Instead of our Prime Minister, Mr. Andrew Holness, looking into the things that were requested and even considering some of them, we all saw what he did. He did the complete opposite of that. The complete opposite was done. And we are where we are now in 2023, about to be handed even worse medicine than the bitter medicine where him promised we. Seeing? Make sure so now fella no come in no plan when me talk from my heart. And this is also to say to everyone we are listening, you record them things here and save them for future reference. Because me personally, I did not sign up to be a dead hero. I never come here if I come dead. If I talk the truth, I come live. If I talk the truth. And so therefore, I would love for the eye them if you never pay no attention to Marcus Garvey them or none of our heroes them, none of our ancestors them, wherever did come before, and make an attempt to save you from the disasters of this now. If you never ever yet tune in to where them did a try, so I soon add Shana saying, if you never yet did I listen, now would that be a good time if I even want a joke. For taking a few a little bit out of the nonsense them when me about to say before me end the live here. See? So, me personally now plan to come on and come in a beating stick for the rest of my life and have people disrespect me and deal with me like me don't know what me I do. And me don't know what me I say and I clout me I look and me frustrated. Cause uno look for me, see me eye them near up there. Me no have no bag under me eye, me no have no pain in my heart. Because what we do is we deal with the things them we have to deal with in a real time. So that we can have the strength and the energy for ourselves first. So that when we are share, we don't know when I share out of stress and out of pain and anguish. That said, seeing? Instead of Andrew Holness do what me ask him to do, he went and did what he did and where him about now to take it to the second phase. For literally turn this beautiful, wonderful nation of free people sent directly from God, connected directly to God, is about now to sever the ties that we have with God and hand we over to the new powers that will be. Seeing? And this, all of this will only happen if you, the people, allow it. It's not about us anymore now, where I turn up in the way and a dead fool and I take it chop and I take it thump and I take it lick and I take it kick. I wanna know. I figure be the boss. We are gonna say no more. We no want hear nothing more. We want to see we no do something now. This is the opportunity when 2023 pass and 2024 come and February come and the election date announce and all of who in the farmer, the sheep them and the loyalists them and the political entrepreneurs where them are call themselves now and these things, when all of them shall get ready to come back, to come for full soul, one last attempt to take full soul, we not gonna feel any farmer guilt when we shall move off into the side or go find we little corner them to go and exist in a because it is for real. When Queen talk about, alright, so let me get a little more plain how we don't know. There are a lot of things that we cannot say on these medias because they'll lock down your thing and ban you and people report you and all of these kind of things. So we are going to try to speak in a layman term, understandable to those who are hearing and willing, and those who want to can ask the necessary questions and we'll see how we can answer some of them. See? We see a BRICS summit happening in South Africa. That is people standing up and saying, we're not taking any bullying. We don't care who the powers that be are. We want to have our say around the table. And if you're not going to give us our say, we are going to go inside and we are going to create our say. That's what the BRICS is doing. For those who don't understand, is the new financial arrangement where Putin and China and all these other countries are making against America to show America that their dollar is not going to hold them down. They are going to find ways to survive without their dollar. Now, this is what we're saying. The new royal order is being formed all over the world. The main objective is to get all of us, after them done, do what them to do with the rest of them, where them say them are go depopulate some of we and get rid of some of we. When them done all of that, then those of us who are left, they are trying to figure out who will rule us. So now, this is where Jamaica comes in. Because even though Andrew Holness promised that he would deliver all the souls, all 3.8 million souls here and abroad of Jamaicans, he still cannot deliver these souls to those people. And so therefore, this is why what is coming now, the second hoorah, is going to not only be the final hoorah, but it's going to be the hoorah of all hoorahs, because of the fact that they will now try to tame in an island that is known for many, many hundreds of years to not have the ability to be tamed for no reason. Jamaica are the place we can't tame. Them there you can't tame them. So we are now looking on to see how them are going to tame Jamaicans. So how them are going to tame Jamaicans now? Them are going to tame Jamaicans because them have bro God and a army set up around him that is going to force Jamaicans into submission. We're seeing where they're starting already because them stick up with the pandemic when it came along. Told us that if we didn't take the protection, follow the argument, because we still can't use and talk as we want. If we didn't use the protection, we couldn't left we home, we couldn't have no job, we couldn't go nowhere, we nothing. Them stick up, and I want to say to the people who took the protection and is now suffering on account of it and not getting any redress, because when somebody that want enough is said and say, look what I do. If somebody I tell you, say them I give you something and they're not responsible for you with whatever the outcome of it is, why would you want to go stand up in a line and take something where somebody I give you and I tell you, say them not going to be responsible for you when you take it? So we just want to say, because me know say most of the ones them in a Jamaica where did end up take the protection, did take it because they never want to lose them income, they never want to leave them family, they never want to mash up them circumstances. Those were the reasons for them to take it. And now I have seen a lot of my brothers and sisters who are crippled, have all type of weird ailments and all kind of things happen to them that them cannot explain. No one to explain them. Them trying to hide it. Then bring them in a corners and all of that happening. This is going to be a part of your life for the rest of your life. Is a decision that you made. I am not going to sit here and bash you and make you look and feel different about yourself, but I'm going to encourage you to go back to the natural herbs of the ground, of the field, of the earth. Find the kind of products, them oregano, ginger, the turmeric, all of these things, and start to pump them into your bodies to cleanse back your bodies from those foreign things that are in there, that is tampering with your natural flow of how your immune system is like the chip or you're putting on your phone, and that your functionality. So when that tamper with, is like your whole system are going to go off key. So even for us who try to eat healthy and try to do the right things, we have to make sure so we immune system up and we try to do the right things them, that we can have the type of health we have. Not for show off by nobody or to behave like we have it all or know it all, but feeling healthy is a thing. Seeing? So we're seeing now on the international spaces where they're saying, get ready, a new lockdown is coming, COVID protocols coming back, testing at borders, all of the things them. If you are going to sit there and believe that this is going to be nicer than 2020, well, you have no clue of what it means to be a free person and to defend that freedom when the Almighty made us and the farm that we're supposed to stay in as human. You know, have to well learned, you know, have to well educated, you know, have to know all the things of the world to look and to see that something is drastically wrong since 2020 with how the world is spinning and how the things are changing drastically. Now, we are at the next phase of this thing, and Jamaica again is at the front line of it. I am still calling on Buju. I am still calling on Kabu. I am still calling on Bert. I am still calling on Muta Baruka. I'm still calling on the Gammon. I'm still calling on the Rasta community. I'm still calling on the church to come together, call a national meeting of unity among the different indigenous bodies that we have here on the highland and make that frontal unity in front of the world. I want to report to you guys that none of them have reached out to me and Spraga Benz. I want to tell you yes right now publicly, so I burn you. Because I'm not sure where your agenda is. Me say, yeah, from the time I call on a name and ask say we need to sit down and have a talk, none of you reach out to me. You, Spraga, you reach out to me. You tell me say you're there Jamaica. You tell me say you're there country, I deal with a vibe. When you finish, you go call me. Me no hear back from you. You're busy over Andre page, I give him charity. and busy over, and me I watch all of who Andre Stevens a big up. Because me they telling us say, keep an eye on Andre Stevens, and me still a telling us say, keep an even firmer eye on Andre Stevens. Because him is the portal where them have. We are going to lead to who know the masses. Because they don't have no portal. See? All of them, Kabuma had Keru, she reach out to me and tell me, say, the unity that I'm asking for is the ultimate unity and is the ultimate result that we're looking for. And it can be done. She tell me that there's this woman named something in a Bagba that she's waiting on to get back to her, to get back to me, so that we can all meet and have this meeting. None of them now get back to me, but you notice Kabu Mahat Keru put Andre Stevens on fear program. Forget who know the Jamaican people, them feel like him, seeing? And them, so the unity that we're asking them for, them don't want to do it on behalf of you, the people. Them want to do it on behalf of themselves so that they can come together to rule you, the people, with their agendas. Until Kabuma had Keru, Muta Baruka, maybe stop at them too, if right now, can come out and declare to I and I, the people of Jamaica, what is their perception and idea and opinion of the LGBTQ agenda here in Jamaica. Them can't be no Pan-Africanist leader for me personally, because them a come and a show me with them actions, so them compromise and is working for have invisible system that is waiting in the wings to be the new leaders of Jamaican people. And until them can prove to me otherwise, they are a part of the army that is formed, that is coming in, that they are using to support PNP government, not because them like PNP government, but because them need a way in. Them need a way in to stand in front of you to do worse than what Andrew Holness, because Andrew Holness is building the structure. Andrew Holness is building the structure, is building the building for the 2030 vision. PNP are whoever it is that will come out triumphant to lead the new republic will be the occupants of said building. Jamaican people will be the employees in this building, when this building. So all who they here as free Jamaican people who only know if we live and take care of them family and hustle and survive amongst ourselves will now become under one umbrella and feel like a enslaved African. So let me tell you now, Kabu Mahat Keru and Muta Baruka them and Bert Samuels them are responsible for the enslaved Africans on the island. Those are the people who they are advocating for. The free people on the island, the free Jamaicans who were never a part of slavery, are in the masses of the poor, meaning in the slums of the inner cities where you see Andrew and him police them are lining up for going on now, for go use also as the excuse for them part of the population control ethnic cleansing thing down here, because the youth them in the inner city unoccupied, them is of no relevance to the society, because them now can't get them to go get up and go work every day. So in other words, you'd have to go set up like a free institution in the inner city where them can't have access to. So whether or not them go, it not gonna be anybody's problem, because it'll go up to them in a personal level for one to develop themselves. So they make sure so they don't put no infrastructure like them there, but then put every ghetto now is replaced with churches, and now only have rum bars. Seeing rum bars and pharmacies are what is now the influencers of the inner city communities them. So now, with the two Jamaicans of Africans who were enslaved and Africans who were not, the Africans who were enslaved have better leaders in the form of Kabu them and Bert Samuels them and Muta Baruka them, because they can identify which tribe they came from and which part of Africa they came from. The Jamaicans who are free maybe them can't decide which, them don't know which part of Africa them they come from, because their African ancestors came here freely. They never came enslaved, they never came in shackles. They came as free people, set up them inhabitants, and were living here comfortable and free before all of the nonsense came along and everybody wanted to be the leader and owner of Jamaica ever since, except for the people who they came and saw here. So if you're going to take over their place, if you come in my yard and you kick me out and want to take over my place, what you think you have to go do? You have to go get rid of everybody in my yard, because everybody in my yard are going to want to defend them yard because I feed them yard, and you come and want to come take with them yard. So this is where now everyone cannot understand when Queen Ifrica and other people them will know the thing I say. What you mean by two Jamaica, maroon Jamaica and free Jamaica? Now, I have become somewhat of an enemy in the maroon community, because the narrative was shaped in the maroon community that Queen Ifrica is trying to spread hate and divide amongst Jamaicans and saying maroon sell out Jamaicans and all of these things. So let me try to put that in a little context before we go no further again, because when you speak these things on social media, you have to make sure that you can follow up and go back and pick up on where it said the last time. So the reason for the unity that I'm calling for is the fact that there's going to be marches here in Jamaica. There's going to be resistance here in Jamaica. There's going to be activity of people moving around. Will it be in a one united sense of all Jamaicans, or will it be Jamaicans who are in great numbers showing them powers and parading like they are the ones who have the answers? The people who are lined up to lead Jamaican people are at this time right now more than Jamaican people, meaning the Jamaicans who they really need to lead scatter out, dead out, whore out. They on TikTok are distracted and do all kind of foolishness. When you look over there at the real Jamaican, them over TikTok, you know, and them are the one where I go through the generational trauma and the whole heap of something where you see a play out and it just a come out and everybody I wonder, what, this is how it's going on in Jamaica? Yes, that is why so much gay boys are on TikTok now and parading, and they're not hiding, because the algorithms are feeding them the bravery to say, come on man, nothing wrong. Just say it, everybody's gonna be okay. No. Right back to the center of the conversation. If the maroon community and all the leaders of the maroon communities don't come together, accept the truth that there is two Jamaicas, the maroon Jamaica and the free Jamaica. See? If they don't come and accept that truth in front of the people, you have the little boy named Andre Stevens calling my phone to tell me that he's ready to facilitate the meeting between me and Richard Curry. But the other day, he come on my phone, call me, wanted to somewhat apologize when one of his mom died. He reached out after him do all them disrespectful things around my name. He reached out, I reached out to him. I had a good conversation, I thought it was. And on the night after the conversation, he went on to his thing, calling me Jezebel and calling me all kind of things, because the problem that they have with Queen Ifrica is, as much as they would like me to be a part of their conversations, I will not have homosexuality be the center of any conversation about Jamaica people forward. Future moving forward, because that activity was one of the weapons of war that was used against us to resist, to stop us from resisting colonialism and the colonizers when they came along. Homosexuality was one of the weapons that was used against us as a people down here in the most gruesome and brutal of ways. So for you now to be finding and coining ways for the discussion of our future in terms of our constitution to be led by the rights of the LGBTQ community, that should be what is leading. That is why this little boy can feel now that he can come out and talk that, yes, me homosexual and so what, and me if you lead Jamaica people, because then now what, say me homosexual. Jamaican people are watching that you are homosexual, Andre, and they are watching that you are placed in the position that you're in for that simple reason, to play with the hearts and emotions of wounded and down-pressed Jamaican people, so that they have been waiting to love and wanting to love so long that they will love anything that comes along that looks like what they need. So we are saying this now to say to you, watch them with every eye we want to have, even for the alcohol eye and the meat out eye and the docile eye and the can't wake up eye, still look, because they need to form a new government out of this country, and this government will be a government that will be patterned by every other government of the world. What is happening? They can't wait on us down here any longer because the feet are dragging. And if Jamaica continues to drag them feet, they might have to go around me and bring brute force and get with it bow down. But when you are the post that keep the house together, it's hard to build the house without you. And that is the position where Jamaica find itself in, because it was not something that was spoken loudly, the impact that Jamaica have on the world. It was not something that they wanted the world to see with naked eyes. COVID, however, made them see Jamaica and the powers that Jamaica have with their naked eyes. And this is why we are in the position that we are in. They're now trying to move Africa ahead of Jamaica when Africa is waiting on Jamaica to know exactly what to do, how to do, because Jamaica was and will always be Africa's teacher. Africa look to Jamaica for the answers that Africa needs. All the advocacies, all the rebellions that you see happening in the form of resistance in Africa was learned from the Jamaican people, the Jamaican ancestors that we have, the resilience, the strength, the power, the vigor, where we stand up against colonialism. Before it was even a thing to stand up, Jamaicans were standing up against resistance of any form, especially against God. So now we are in 2023, where the world has to be changed, the world has to be new, and Jamaica has to play the biggest role. So now they need influencers who have been influencing the people in a positive way, according to what they classify positive to be, because the ones that were really influencing Jamaica towards the country and the kind of people that we could be, they were all killed out, they were all forced back, they were all silenced, they all gave up, they ran away. There's very little few of us, and those who even have the courage, they mostly have it in private places because they are afraid to come out to the front because they don't want to die. So because of that, they stand behind and they look. You have overseers, you have advisors, you have onlookers who sit and watch what is happening to Jamaican people and know that they can do something and refuse to do it because of what it might cost them. And so this is why we, the few, where the Almighty choose, is having the task of projecting to you with such a passion and such a eagerness for your oversee. There will not be a lot more voices like us in the very near future. They will come, but not from the very near future, because of the job that was put in to kill the voices like these. So this is why now we're saying to everyone that we cannot convince you anymore that something is off. You now have to take the mantle of looking for yourselves, looking on at these people that they are putting in front of you to say that they have your best interests at heart, to say that they are the ones that you should trust, they are the ones that you should give your heart to, they are the ones you should give your confidence to, they are the ones you should give all of these things that you hold so dearly and been waiting to give to someone. They want it. So how are you going to protect yourself and also move Jamaica forward, develop Jamaica into the Jamaica, the non-crime, the crime-free Jamaica that we always was? This Jamaica that we're having right now was invented out of enslavement and slavery and the brutality generation to generation to generation that we have been experiencing, that has brought us to where we are now today, and not having any answers coming from anywhere anytime soon. We, the people of this country now, will have to be the ones that will stand up in the unity that I'm asking Kabu them for. They don't want you to be united. They want to be the ones to unite you underneath what they think unity should look like and under what you should be uniting for. If you, the people in your different communities, get your community leaders them together in a good sense, make sure little education in it, because you don't little academics have to go in there. Put a little group together, but I don't want to call it an advocacy group or a movement group. The country, by and large, the masses need a movement that is non-aligned, non-attached to no party, to no agenda, to no other forces, but the forces of the justice that the Jamaican people need once and for all, not just from before 1962 when the false promise make both independence, but from the hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of years ago, generationally, coming down to 2023, when the ball is in our court, like what you see South Africa and Nigeria, and yes, there are European influences in it for a great part, but the fact that you can find countries in Africa that is willing to stand up and say to countries like America, hey, we're going to join with the brother over here, so we kind of like where you do more, so we kind of go. That is what they learned from Jamaica. Jamaica was a little island where it doesn't matter if it was Russia, if it was America, if it was China, it doesn't matter where you were or how big your powers were, you had to be careful how you speak to Jamaicans. See? So now they have killed out a great and a vast majority of that set of Jamaican, that type of Jamaican, and now believing that all of us who are left here are docile and dunce and we don't have nothing, so you just can come tell me something and we're going to just go with it. One of the assets that we have here as a masses is common sense, is what is Jamaica people savior. Yeah, tell me your bag of nice things with a bag of big words, but with common sense I show with something different. So now is the time, Jamaican people in the masses, where we're going to have to draw on our common senses to understand the army that these guys have set up around you to make it look like they love you and they because them can't delay much longer to start them campaign, you know. They cannot, because they have to go compare it in front of all we know. That's so what we can see who is who. So they have made their great plans, yeah. They are worried because even though them giving the KFC and the Burger King and the whole heap of false food and false drinks for drink and them docile down everybody who can fully docile down, they are still worried because they are realizing that even though the job, everybody took who did take the job in 2020 and 2021, 22, it's still the majority of the country who did not do that. So this is why they have to be so cautious and have to be so humanitarian looking on like they're acting like they're human. And oh, you know, we are going to change how we, as public figures, we need to look at how we are talking to the people because, and the head of the beast, Mr. Andrew Holness, you will never get away because you broke my heart, sir. You broke my heart because at the end of the day, when you were in education ministry, we saw a man that was saying exactly the things that Jamaican people been wanting to hear for the longest while, and you used us. You went into the educational ministry, you found out the things that Jamaican people like, and you used it against them. When you came to Rebel Salute 2019, it was you looking for a way for Jamaican people to see you and to say you're nice, and you got that, and you use them love and shook them down in the deepest toilet hole where them in right now as a people. And now you're coming back round because election coming up in February. You're coming back round now and I walk up through the streets and I buy fake Adidas shorts and I give a donkey and I go boy I talk to youth. But if you stop the bumbleclad foolishness now, stop the hypocrisy and come really give me the bumbleclad justice where Jamaican people really need, the fuckery, the killing. We want to kill we are because we don't know so we not a leader. We don't know so the inner city youth them not nobody if you talk to them because the last one where the name Dodos, where they down there try unite the whole of the damn them together. We not scrape him off because him a turn against Uno and send him gone to prison so the youth them not have no one to look to but Uno and the Mali and the boom and the gun and the sitting them want to give them in there to be them role model them. And the wholeness me despise the ground where you walk pan. Me sorry the day me did even see you as somebody where it was human because me watch you sell your soul as a person and it don't look good. And you see you Mr. Mark Golding now because labor right time, whatever, even if them win back by them force and then sit them where them a do in the background for win, it don't really matter because you know now go win all of the people them art. But you see you know PNP, I want to bring an argument to a PNP because we are talking about this maroon something same way and me hope you know listen because I'm not chatting on a particular term, me just a roll, seeing? The maroon them tell me say, them a give back PNP the ground because labor right this them. Now you as a regular person, what the hell does that mean when you hear it? When someone look on you and tell you say, yo, right now me I give PNP you know because I don't like how GLPD with me thing you know. Where does that include the masses of the country? Where does that include? If you're going to talk things like that, how come Jamaica people on a broader scale don't hear conversations like that? No, but we only see them at the maroon functions, and we see them at the maroon functions, them where them a keep, and we see them at the different one-away organizations, them where them set up and have down here. So the PNP is responsible for the LGBTQ movement. See? The biggest mass of the LGBTQ movement line up behind the PNP. Let me tell you something about the LGBTQ movement now. You see the Rasta House, the LGBTQ movement in the Rasta House. You know how them get in the Rasta House? Because key players in the Rasta House facilitate them. I see it with my own eye. When them bring them coming at the Bingy House. The latest thing where them are try bring through the Bingy House is the whole beach clean up something the way you hear them they're on the corner to come talk about a hide back a beach access and beach something. They are trying to work out a format to get to know, to understand the lie to be true. They don't want Queen Ifrica to be a part of none of them organization them. They don't want Queen Ifrica to be a part of none of them meeting them. Them don't want Queen Ifrica to be a part of nothing. What them a do, them say a silence Queen Ifrica for silence. Because of me now got in another them organization, go try be a part of it. I am trying to hear what are the plans that you know have for Jamaican people, because we're tired of people coming along and saying to Jamaican people, say, we are the ones that are going to fix things for you, know? And then every time we only get worse feet to right now. The last thing that they have on the table is to turn the entire population of us into slaves. So, Mark Golding, tell me personally, say, him don't want to necessarily be the Prime Minister of Jamaica, but it's a duty where him have. So him have to go with the duty. The last meeting the other day after the whole hoorah on the internet, I went and I sat down with him and I had a conversation with him to hear what Mark Golding was thinking as an individual towards the help that Jamaica really need now. Not the help that they're thinking that we need, but the help that the country really need right now. I said to him, the division that is in PNP is not a normal division, because it is not divided because of the fact that some people don't like how some people operating. The LGBTQ community in the PNP is stronger than the LGBT community in the labor right. The labor right government is using the fact that is the majority of Jamaicans who still are against the LGBTQ agenda. So what them do, them use Nadine Spence as for them frontline person. I am not going to say here directly that Nadine Spence is a member of the LGBTQ community, but I'm going to say that she defends the LGBTQ community very strongly, and I've been watching her not just since she get this position in the government for a while now, because she's responsible for women affairs. So I'm always like, Nadine Spence, if you responsible for women affairs, why the inner city girls them stay so? Why are the poorer classes of girls in our country in the condition that they're in? And I now notice that Nadine Spence is now a part of the reforming of the new constitution. What and Terry Long, Orlando Terry Long, who for him name call around certain behavior until him come out publicly and defend for himself otherwise, we notice him is carefully placed in foreign affairs. So in other words, if it is that the gay law is part of the things that they are going to change in the new constitution, we will not know until it change, because of the people who are being put in the positions who do their things secretly, and we just see them openly and have to go with it. We are now saying that Jamaica people, we don't have them education, because them say we don't. Then say, we know, Queen Ifrica, if you did have a law degree, you could have lead the country. I don't have a fucking law degree, so I'm not going to be able to lead the country. I have common sense, though. So I use the common sense. So me have, as a layman, to look on and see, say, is Jamaica people have the power in our hands. You see, when we talk, them take the things them what we are say, and them use what them want from it, and them use it on uno, and push we further back. Because them say, uno nah, here. The people in now hear them say, Tough Tan did say, it's only a little pocket of resistance in Jamaica. So we don't have to worry, we can just go ahead and do what we are doing, but they have to resist. So Jamaica people, you were the center of your resistance. You, when you stand up in a box office mode, when the world boy them to qualify, that they are afraid of us when we are united. They use with this unity against we. The inner city youth them, the Zoso them only set up full up in new prison them and the new grave them. That's why I'm shared little thing where the youth put out. I show you how them a build grave now for bury youths in a mass. That's why we culture look how the way it look, because it's we people drive the culture. It's Jamaican people drive them culture. So if the people is not at the front line of them culture, there is no culture. And the people that they are importing to represent our culture, they cannot do it properly because they are not identified with it from a DNA perspective. They are identified by the fact that them parents born in Jamaica, them born in Jamaica. If you notice, now I be a white athlete and sissy looking athlete, we are saying go do things now. I'm broken-minded athlete when I have no patriotism. When I think about Jamaica from a patriotic point of view, there's I think about personal sportsman and personal sportswoman, because they killed that to create the new world order. Because if everybody patriotic, then you're not going to fall underneath this one rule system. So them kill out sports and them kill out music and buy out the whole of the artists them who them can buy, silence them off because them choose money over uno. But yet still, when everything clear and the smoke clear, them are going to rally back and come back round, come say, yeah man, we don't love you, but we have to just do one side and a fight in the quiet because we never move no bomb or ass clot and go. If the Almighty give you no a talent, you're not supposed to use it for the people, because it's God create music and no man. Everything shall vanish from under the face of the earth. Music alone shall live. But who want to decide what kind of music live and who live with the music? Back to the maroon now, because I'm not stray off a pint all now yet. You have good maroon, you have bad maroon. The whole of Jamaica is a maroon country. The whole of Jamaica is a sovereign country. You had enslaved Africans who were brought via the transatlantic slave trade, who that slave trade was a part of the colonial settings as well. So even though we they are mourn the atrocities of our ancestors them got through the waters to come here, a lot of it was done by said black skin people, was a part of how the ship did a load. When they arrived on this island, they did not find no Indian alone, and big up all of me Indian warriors them. See? Because we did they hear the Indian and the black race, the Mexican them up the line, down the line, from the Spaniard them days, Queen Ifrica. How can I speak Spanish by ear? Why am I not speak African language by ear? Me can speak Spanish by just someone translate a song like Daddy Don't Touch Me There, for example. See? Me never gone to school to learn no Spanish as no subject. But it translated and me just sing it. Why? Because engram memory. Somehow we did there when Spain did a rule. See? Someone said to the Paramount Chief again, Richard Curry, Missy Andre Stevens are big up and I talk about big up Richard, and he gave towards the back to school treat, and big up Buju, and big up Sprague. All the name them when me a call, you know. We are say come stand up for Jamaica people and love the plan, you know. All of them are unite. But where them are unite for? Uno them really are unite for them willing to give up everything for no. All them are unite to come form one army where going to look like a fool. And then before we know it, we are going to see what the real agenda is. Because if you not lend your voice wholly and solely and directly to the source, which is the people, who you are lending to? And why you afraid of Queen Ifrica in the conversation? So, because I haven't all know me not say nothing bad about none of my fellow brethren and sisters in them. All me I say to them is, you don't have powers. If you don't have powers, why not exercise it at full free will then? Me I said to Uno say, Who not have the power to call the Maroon community together and call the unity to save Jamaica people from the death and the slavery where come for Jamaica people. The people of God, the true people of down here. Because guess what? You see when the division in a Jamaica fix, that is when the division in a Africa is going to fix. Because the division did really start down here. There were free Africans who used to travel out of Africa before slavery. Our history as black people did not begin when slavery began. So you cannot convince all of us that this island was wholly and solely made and created out of the what left of slavery. We will not all accept that, Bert Samuels. We're not going to accept that. And you, Mr. Bert Warrior Samuels, if any of them else don't know the truth, me know say you know the truth, because me see you practice the truth when me I talk about Bert. Can we call the gathering? We need the gathering. We need the revival. We need the kumina. We need the dinky mini. We need the true gospel somewhere in a Jamaica, on a central gathering where the people see all our way together. The stakeholders make the system fret when them see it. Why are you guys at the table of the system? You know still there at the table of the system. You know not talk on behalf of the people. And Rastafari house, I get the first bullet. The house of Rastafari in a Jamaica, I get the first bullet. I Vi, I Data Mitzi. Uno stand up on the front line of the Naya Bingyada. And uno let in homosexuality through the Bingy house. We artists them. We stand up on the front line of the resistance. Proto J, Lila, Ike, Coffee, Chronics. Uno let in the LGBTQ community through reggae music. And we dance hall front. Lady Soft. Spice. Me never want gonna curse, you know. Shensia, Jada Kingdom. All of the man them, valiant them, who know let in homosexuality through dance hall. Uno are the gatekeepers them we stand up in the way of the devil and with system and with culture. The same vloggers them. What did I do? What them I do? Pan the ground before them did have online. They move online and I do it now. And still a influence uno against uno truth and uno rights and them a boast because the army where them a create I get bigger and bigger because more and more people in a Jamaica no one hear where we are say and we them say fi go sit down and pretty ugly blood clot than them fi come be the new role models them for no 11-year-old we are gonna be 21 11 years from now 22 and them are gonna grow up and walk around in a wig and lipstick because you know see the amount of lesbian and gays where we have now. Look on TikTok and look on the amount of youths where they on TikTok where you used to see I walk up and down every day and admire who no have no problem if you come talk on TikTok say them gay now. At the noughest drag queen. Me never know so much drag queen there in Jamaica. And the diaspora. Because you don't know America was the land of the free and the home of the brave. A lot of them did run go there. A lot of them did run go there and go learn the ways of the world and now them are defend it. So these gay communities, they don't have to do much because they have their recruits who they have now turned into, they have wronged and turned them now into recruiters and they are now on TikTok recruiting on a little boy them. While Richard Curry them the one side at endorse Andre Stevens become be full children them leader. And uno tell me say there's not such a thing as Jamaicans and Maroons. We no still a try convince we say, you know, have two different Jamaica down here. And the monster Jamaica is getting bigger than the victim Jamaica. And this is why the 2030 vision are going to look possible. Because when they round we up down like a cackle and tell you which part to go and which part not to go. If you make any move or hack anywhere, you the one to make the move or get the shot, and you're going to be the example to all of the rest of them. Like when you see them I try to do with me. Yeah. If them could have get me if you cow and quiet down, they would have did win. But John never hard me if you cow and quiet down. Him hard me if you talk as loud as deafening as me can get. Because the truth I need to go out there. I know all of we, it did hard for we soul good on. Me can't even bother talk about the church because the church is doing exactly what the church was put here to do. Keep us away from God, the true and living Almighty. There's no way on earth we can have 300 square mile worth of church more than anywhere else on the four corners of the world. And now all we have beside them the church has some rum bar. Every church now have a rum bar side right and a funeral home and then a graveyard and a pharmacy. Those are the things that are being developed and improved in our country because we are going to be the biggest hospital the world are going to see. Are going to be Jamaica because we are going to full of this whole heap of rascal people. We are going to need limb and are going to need this and are going to need back and are going to need front and are going to need belly and are going to need all different parts of them body. This is the Mecca we are going to have down here. Seeing? So, me I say now, in a summary upon that segment there, Jamaican people, the power is in your hands. By looking on at these people, coming together, putting aside your differences, all the little fuck with them used to keep apart, all of the community leaders, them we can make the difference, we can make the war or the peace go on. Throw down your arms for your own protection in the future and start a conversation of unity and camaraderie and forgiveness amongst you guys self. I am here trying to work on a little way of how I can do an inner city tour. Like have a system set up and have a band system and different ones so we can go through the communities them in a different days. I'm actively working on that right now. But as me say, I am the enemy among all of them. None of them don't want to be a part of what I am saying. None of them don't want to meet with me, but they're meeting with them one another them and them coming back to you to make it look like, yes, we are doing the unity. They are uniting to keep you as slaves. Is what them uniting to do. Them now unite for us know on the rights and say we need the constitution to pause until the public can fully have an understanding as to why it is being reformed. See? We need the election. We need to send the strongest message where any government ever see. Whether the one going out or the one coming in. We need for sure the world say everything that they have ever heard about Jamaicans and who we are as a people when we unite, how well we do it. We, the people, will have to organize that for ourselves. No one, anytime soon, will want you, the people of this country, to realize that that is the kind of power that you have in your hands right now. To stand up and show the world that, yes, this little rock is really a centerpiece of the Almighty Creator. A best piece, a best made spot ever. So they are trying now to kill out the greatest resource, which is you, the people, and then take the land and then say, yeah, man, see it? We get Jamaica to be the place to live and raise families because we kill out the true inhabitants of the land and bring in all of the ones them when I really belong here, when I really love here, we just want to come live because it's the place to live and be because of the kind of weather where we have down here, which part Jamaica place and the powers where the Almighty give we as just a gift. So, from ever since, this was not about me having something personal against Buju, having something personal against Praga, having something personal against Muta, having something personal against Kabu. We are saying we are gatekeepers of a masses of people that have been looking up to us through music, through word and spoken words, and through music. We were the ones who were on the front line when they needed us the most. And now is the time when they are looking to us the most because they thought that we were actually honest and true to the things that we were saying to them. Only to find out that is use. Is use. We did use them all this time. To be seen and to be heard and to push our own agendas. Seeing? Just imagine if all these stakeholders, I'm not talking about the system now, because they are doing their organizations and they are doing it well. They are coming together very well among themselves against the people. Just imagine if those who say they defend people, seeing, car one them meet, them car enough meet them have right now, you know. And them a plan how it is we are go in front of these people and go look innocent and go look like we really and truly are work for them. How we are going to do it to make it look sincere? Because if it not done on the levels there, they are going to have hell for sure. The few are the ones where them say nah see. It going to be hard to convince them say oh no really genuine, you know. And a genuinity the people are look for right now, you know. When me go into the inner city and go see the condition of the inner city, is the ghetto used to drive every idea and every energy about we as a people, you know. And look where we do to the ghetto them. Eh? The whole of the ghetto them empty out. All of the youth them run through the bar of them end up loose out all over the place. And who not do that, then they know a turn drag queen and a turn gay and just feel like to turn on them phone and put on a frack and go up on TikTok is the way out. The artists, we are the ones who them did have. So if you is not a part of the colonialists them, the colonizers them, who no artists, who no big artists, we are making it look like our Queen Ifrica now shut up and go sit on one side. Why you not come talk raw and loud for the people? You think say I sit me I look? If me I look sitting, me would not talk how me I talk. Because the people we talk like me not get much. If you know the people them, when me put out all my album I know when I come up, if you don't know buy that's it. Because nobody in the system now go want position Queen Ifrica because Queen Ifrica hit against the system. You understand what I say? I mean, I hit against the system from a little low up chair. I want high blood clot chair. I sit down and I look down upon the system and say, go suck on yourself. Because you now get all the way down here. You understand what I say? So how we going to defend that going forward? Because we see, say, bro God now come out in a nicest human self. Come back and come on again and come and try with a little, you know, Jamaican, you know, I see you. You know, we're making the commitment that we're not going to leave you. You see, all brother, when you're Arbinil, remember when Arbinil talk it publicly, say, we have to get rid of them youth if we want Jamaica to develop, you know. See? They all are getting rid of the real original Jamaicans where they're supposed to come to the table with. And replacing them with just people who are called by the name Jamaican. Them are not Jamaican from heart. Them are not Jamaican from DNA. So they would have loved to have it twisted, say Queen Ifrica, say Jamaican people are not African. Jamaican people have some Africans who were never enslaved by no one, nowhere. That is what Jamaica have. Some Africans that were never enslaved by no one, nowhere. It's Jamaica they were found. Those people. And their bloodline is still here. Watching you know. And seeing the people them will not choose. As the Fibber them, the Miss Kitty them, the Miss Simone Clark them. None of them woman there. Jenny them. None of them. Now come fight for black woman when the real black woman them will forget fight for down here. Our products them want to sell them. I think I'm afraid I don't know no. Who no don't know like me already, so me no give a fuck. Me I call the whole on name what they call key influencers we sit down in front of Jamaica people. I feed Jamaica people blood to the system. And uno only silent when uno talk the truth to Jamaica people, but in time for the big up baptism and them something uno ready to talk about. Everyone have rights. What happened to Queen Ifrica? People have rights. Why should don't allow the people? Pedophile have rights? The nasty, dirty, stinking, dirty man them. We are sleep with them daughter, them and sleep with them. I'm telling you something, you know. And some people will get raped and come back and come rape other people. Them not bad for, you know. Them not bad for when not hit out against with youth. Someone want to say, for law, we youth them a certain lifestyle we don't want done here because it don't have too prevalent amongst the youth them and the school them. Why remember when we do keep it to yourself is the gay book them where them put run it to them. They put in at the school, you know, because them time that him did the education minister, you know. And some did right, keep it to yourself, you know. See, you can't teach your kids, but not teach them that, you know. Then wait until it dead down and cool out and do what they're supposed to do and now. Then rally back now with some new gay book or some people. Me see over TikTok I try bat and I put them up and I say, what kind of book them here? Then put back the book them now with curriculum now because the ground clear out. No resistance no there. No Jamaican no down here, then docile down. And not docile, we docile down, man. We no kill out the real warriors them and run with some of them. See? And the ones them we can really attack, you know, just they are watching and I say, because you want to really do. You see me? And that's why I want to feel the way I want to feel now, because I want to pray. What do you want to pray yourself to how hard and go all Queen Ifrica, she not turn on her back her phone ever again. You don't get fucked, cause me that tell you no before now, say. Me did, first of all, I did told you guys that 2023 was going to be the way it was going to be. And watch September, October, November. Watch September, October, November, December. Because bro God say February now pass and the election no call. That's the local government one. See? And you see the brother that we name Damian Crawford is a brother that too like Queen Ifrica too, you know. Some want to pre him too. From long before now. Him is a youth where we back for him, let him in. See it? And I always notice him say, him always make it look like him have an issue with Queen Ifrica. You see me? I need him to declare why. Because we are look leader. And we are look fear leader. We are look leader. We really have the interest and the well-being of the country for true. And them the leader we really want to see now for true. Whether them are going in a labor right and turn against labor right and come out, or them are going in a PNP and turn against PNP and come out, or some people in a labor right and some people in a PNP are going to merge and form one new government, or we are done with the two of them all together, and some new people form some new organization and present themselves to it and make we see where them up to. The Pan-Africanist movement, if it is that there is any more African with backbone in the Pan-Africanist movement, yes, Mr. Umar Johnson over there still a bad from a heterosexual and a strongman point of view. Seeing? Me want to make sure that the Pan-Africanist movement in Jamaica is not mixed up in the LGBTQ agenda and is not using with frontline warriors in the Pan-Africanist movement to hide under red, green, and gold and African frock to come trick we. Because if you know what we as part of the conversation won't not hide. What are you hiding then? Kabu, Mahat, Keru. Why you find such a favor in a Andre Stevens Kabu? But you can't find it in a Queen Ifrica. Spragga Benz. Why it's so easy to communicate with Andre Stevens, but it's not easy to communicate with Queen Ifrica? Why you can't reach out to me on my phone for we have the conversation, but you can't busy over Andre? Spragga. Action speak louder than words in a real life. It's true. And something you can't go around. I don't know action we are judging you by. I don't know if you judge by Queen Ifrica as well. By her action. You see me? The loudest talk if you make now supposed to make on behalf of the people we God put in front of. For use music. For learning a voice too. To overcome the atrocities. And now the system depend them back leg. And uno they are wait to see what them all do next that uno can continue for benefit. Or uno go hear what me I say. Form the real organization, the real movement. We are going to include all the stakeholders. All of us, the generation of slavery, can now come together in front of the world as offsprings, showing united unity. Unity, we are going to show a result. Unity, we are going to show communities coming together. Without the help of the system. I don't know how to make it look like, say, no. Because when we don't come together with Pan-Africanism side, we don't collect the little reparations money. And that nobody are organized together to come collect, to come fight government for reparations money. Yes, we need reparations money, yeah? And we reparations gold and reparations. Every bomber class with them take for we want, yeah? But there is a little argument, a little conversation we have amongst ourselves first before we can even go talk to them. And that is the unity we never did establish from the war start in the olden days. The who did do what. And why, if it don't fix the right and proper way, we now can move forward truly on behalf of the ancestors them. So if I know who not up on the front line, show we who. We fi talk to them. If I know you, Kabu, we find it fit to introduce Andre Stevens in a year space. But you can't call me all now yet back for the meet when me and you have to come back on the show, to come give my point of view on behalf of Jamaican people and what we really need and what we are saying. But we're not busy a farm, we're not like a presentation to come make to Jamaican people. Looking at me eye good and look like, and look if me look like Mick here. Or if either way, after me done taught them truth, yeah, my business what I wanna do. Jamaica people tired of uno. We tired of uno come talk about uno love we. And everybody go come do with them and come do for we when uno only have we as the wheel them pound of vehicle them will not come with. So now the ultimate wheel now because Jamaica got so nice now because I got on Republican nobody now can't give no chat because the rules and the laws we are put in. All Queen Ifrica she will love chat. I want special prison them a bill for me. You understand? At that you say we are gonna bow down and give up. Everything what our ancestors them fight with for as a people, we now go try figure out how we are going to unite amongst ourselves. Remember me telling them, me not have no organization behind me. None of them don't want me around the table because of what me I say. So every time when me turn on my phone and me from my heart to uno. That means to say, if it not work, and we not get to come together and be where we're supposed to be as a people, and me have to go walk off one side, nobody feel like you not gonna see me walk with my head down in the ground and feel like, boy, you know, work, so now me feel like shit. Me not gonna feel like no shit, because when me I say it happen in many other countries around the world, people are come together and are unite for the cause of them culture and them well-being. You see, Hawaii, them burn down Hawaii, them burn down Maui, and when Hawaii people say they don't want no tourists at Hawaii. Big up Hawaii. And the people them in Hawaii will see where going. And because Jamaica reggae music disconnect and a vibrate off a lower frequency why them things they reach Hawaii. Because it was the music where we feed them and I feed the ancestors them in Hawaii that protect Hawaii and I protect them place that because our frequency drop, I be a lower frequency food, lower frequency love making, be everything depend lower frequency in Jamaica. That's why we look so abnormal because we never did tap out our frequency. We just talk to the atoms and I try to figure out how we all get to the next dimensions them as the universe present them to us. Seeing? And know so we have a responsibility to help with brothers and sisters them who know overs what it mean and what it take to lift you up off of your low frequency into your high vibration. And it take a lot of how you think, a lot of how you eat, a lot of how you communicate with each other. And Jamaica was the hub for high vibration. That's why them disconnect the people and separate we and scatter we out and take away vibration and feed we them low frequency food and them low frequency drink and that a farm with DNA and with thought pattern and how we are think as a people. So now we are accept anything we come along because we forget what it mean to defend yourself, defend your belly, defend your high, defend your mind, defend see no evil, hear no evil, do no evil. That is what we had. That is the unity that we had. So when the Maroon community now come now wanna come, them little thing where them keep down a Irie FM. Big up yourself to the real people them in a Irie FM see me, but we know so the system a penetrate Irie FM because of the #1 station where Jamaican people say. Jamaican people say that, you know. And the world say Jamaican people say Irie FM a #1, you know. A Jamaican people give #1 to Irie FM, you know. So Irie FM we are watching it too, you know. See it? Because as me say, the army need a gate. The army we farm, we run down here, the new army need a gate to come in through. And the gate them a run out. See? So you just watch how them a organize themselves, watch who them a put on the front line, watch who a talk to who a answer for who, cause that then hate me for me should have never come out and come reveal it like that because this is what when you go naked truth it's like it come with a price. That's why the little brother over Maroon community I come tell me what Queen Ifrica, these are the things that people before you die for. So we look like we care now too. We look like we care. We look like we care same way. Yes. We know so we can't die for it. But if it not worth dying for, it not worth living for. So that come with a death threat, because death threat now work like it's a 21st century. You see me? The idea need to snap out of fear. Fear is the weapon of choice that them use. Them want you to afraid, because if you're afraid, I sit here and go, down. The only thing to fear of God, and nothing to fear God, is to acknowledge that there's an almighty creator, whoever you conceive him to be. The reason why you can't see the Rasta house is scattered because the congregation leg of the leaders them walk around and look friend and favors from the system as well. and deny Rastafari and the works of His Majesty and with the ancient Rastaman them and Rasta woman them did a wall up boy. So there is a congregation and there is a house of Rastafari, but the leaders them in the compromise. The leaders them in the government them compromise. The leaders them in the music compromise. Because them duty was to tell Uno the truth. So that Uno could be aware and understand the grounds where Uno stand up on. Is that a thing where supposed to be manipulated or disconnected? Is a thing where supposed to be combined and attached and stay together till they do us part. So them find a way to intercept that now and now I go come in at the middle and come be your bosses. That's why we not see we, that's why we not hear we. And not because we don't want to see we and hear we. They have decided that they don't want these voices. They took away the voices that gave the people pride. Now we're plunging into darkness. See? So we did see that coming and know, so no matter what, at no cost we're not supposed to give in or let go of the truth of God. Yeah, them see. So right now, Jamaica people, the calm before the storm. We are in the calm right now. The surprise of surprise should be us, the people in the masses, calling for the unity amongst all maroon communities. And then by extension, all Jamaica. And we want to see the unity in a plain eyes. We want to hear the meetings are called towards it. Seeing? And we want to see it touchable. And if you don't want to do it publicly, that means you're doing it privately for your own personal agendas. Because you know that there's a Jamaica to rule and take over and to lead. And all I want to come lead Jamaican people. Everybody want to be the one who lead Jamaican people. We don't have a problem with anyone leading Jamaican people. We just tired of the type of leadership them where we are get. So far our children, them alone are suffer from no leadership them that we're getting. We not see no leadership, the democracy we will not defend now, include all of us. It's not a diverse democratic space, demography we are see. We are see divide and rule and conquer, and if you can get your agendas going as long as we get your attention, we love you. Seeing? Me never choose this. This choose me. You see me? And if I even in the memory of my ancestors them, who still a bleed, who still a cry, who still see we are going with who were left. Those of us who are left as a people. See? This is what we are doing it for. If you say, after 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, you can say tata to anything you know as free will, free speech, freedom to serve God at your own will and favor, freedom to eat how you want to eat, freedom to move, all of that will be taken away if you just stand up in a unity right now as a people. Seeing? And show the system, not only here in Jamaica, but those who are waiting to see what will Jamaicans do. The little fake war that they're trying to start between